Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren and I'm so happy to have you guys here. I am really excited for today's video. Also, we're just gonna ignore my hair. I did just get out of the shower, so it is looking a little bit rough, but that is okay. Today, I'm going to be going through all of my Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. Taylor Jenkins Reid, yeah, you know what I mean. I have 8 of her books. I'm pretty sure that's all there is, other than like, I think there's a novella or something. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure these are her 8 books. Like this is her backlist. And I'm just gonna kind of go through my opinions on them. I'm gonna go through them in order from least favorite to favorite, and we're just gonna talk about them. If you don't know, Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favorite authors ever. She has written so many 5-star books for me, so I am beyond excited for this video. Also, I would love for her to come out with a new book. I wonder if there's anything in the works. Okay, so yeah, she has written 8 books, so I do have all 8 of them. Okay, so we're gonna start with my least favorite. I'm looking at them. It's really hard to pick a least favorite because, like, I loved all of them. Actually, okay, no, I know my least favorite. I just want to start out by saying these are my opinions. It's okay if you have different opinions. You're going to have different opinions. I have a feeling absolutely no one will have the exact same order of favorite books as me. So don't get mad at me if I don't love your favorite. So we're gonna start out with number 8, and that is Malibu Rising. This is definitely my least favorite by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm pretty sure I gave this book maybe a 3 stars. I just didn't love it. This book was so popular for literally the longest time ever. I feel like I've seen this book everywhere for so long. This book follows Nina and her siblings. They are the children of Mick Riva, and he is like a very famous actor, I'm pretty sure, or maybe he's a singer, I don't remember. So every year they throw this huge party, and this year the house catches on fire, and you know that like from the beginning, and it's kind of going through the events. It is like dual timelines, so you go back and you're learning about Nina's mom and her relationship with Mick, and then you're learning about like present day. One of the reasons why I didn't like this book was because it follows so many different characters. It was really hard for me to keep track of who was who and like who we were talking about. But I do think I would maybe one day go back and reread this and kind of see it from a different lens, because I don't know, I feel like I was skeptical going into it, so I would like to give this a second try. I'm just not sure when. Okay, the next book we have is Maybe in Another Life. This book follows a girl named Hannah, I'm pretty sure. And it basically takes like 2 different plots. So one plot is if she made a certain choice, and then the other plot is if she didn't make that choice. So it follows like how her life could have been, if that makes sense. That's why it's called Maybe in Another Life. So it kind of is like 2 different worlds with Hannah in both of them, obviously, and how each world would have played out depending on the choice she made. I thought it was a very interesting concept. Okay, my camera battery died, but I charged it a little bit, so let's keep going. Anyways, I think I was saying I have never read a book like this where it's 2 different possibilities, but I liked it. So even though this is number 7, it is still a good book. It just kind of took me a while to get through, and I like some of her other books better. So number 6 is After I Do. I keep wanting to say by Taylor Jenkins Reid, but I'm pretty sure we all know that these are her books. So this one is about a couple who has been married for, well, I don't know how long, but they've been married, and they are like kind of reaching their breaking point. So they both split up for a year, and they have a year of no contact, and then they're gonna come back together after this year and see if they want to continue with their marriage, which I thought was kind of a weird concept. I don't know how you can have a book that has so little going on since they're not even together, but it was still like decently interesting. I read this one pretty quick and I still enjoyed it, so it was a good read. I think I gave it like 4.5, something like that, stars overall. So I liked it. I just thought it was kind of an odd concept for a book. It was still good though. Next, this is where I think things are gonna get a little controversial, but let me remind you, I like all of Taylor Jenkins Reid books, so it's not personal. So in 5th place, we have Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh my gosh, I keep wanting to say that. I listened to the audiobook version of this and I really liked it. I would love to do a reread of this book and annotate it. I did highlight some things that, like, while I was listening to the audiobook, I would pick up the book and highlight things, but I would love to actually sit down and read this and annotate it fully and tab it, because I think that was literally like the only quote I have highlighted. Oh, I have 2 quotes highlighted. This highlighted quote, I'm gonna read it to you guys. It says, "All I will say is that you show up for your friends on their hardest days and you hold their hand through the roughest parts. Life is about who is holding your hand, and I think whose hand you commit to holding." I don't know, I really like that, and there's a lot of good quotes in this book, so I think I'm definitely gonna do a reread of this soon, which is a common theme. There's gonna be a lot of books coming up that I want to do rereads of, so this is definitely one of them. Phenomenal book. I also totally realized I didn't tell you guys what it's about. I feel like most people know what this is about. There's a TV show that just came out on Amazon, Hulu, I don't know, one of those. But this book is about Daisy, who is a singer, and I think it's the late 60s, yeah. And she gets noticed by a band called The Six, and then they kind of join together, and there's like drama and drugs, love, you know, it's the 60s. But I really did like that book. I think I watched like the first episode of the show and I fell asleep during it because it was kind of boring, but maybe I should continue that. I don't know. If you've seen the show, let me know what you think. Okay, this is where my personal taste in Taylor Jenkins Reid's books gets like completely out of whack with what I think other people's taste is, but that is totally okay. So for number 4, we have The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I read this book quite a while ago, so I know like the general premise of it, but that's about it. This is another book I would love to reread. I absolutely adored this book. And there's like cute little like newspaper clippings in it, which I think keeps it kind of engaging. And the book is broken up into parts by her different husbands, so I really like that. Mick Riva is also in this book. It's kind of part of a universe with Carrie Soto's back, so I liked seeing like the other characters and you get kind of like just a little glimpse of them, and I really like that. Anyways, this is about Evelyn, who is like a Hollywood icon, and she had like a very glamorous, scandalous life, and she's finally ready to tell the truth. So she gives the journaling job to a girl named Monique. And Monique is like, why me? Like, why did I get this job? This is such an amazing job, because Evelyn is so well known, and you kind of find out towards the end, and it is absolutely heartbreaking, but it is so good. I love this book. I think I cried during it, and it doesn't happen a lot for me, so that was a good one. This and this, these were both 5 stars, so they're all good books. Coming in 3rd place, winning bronze, we have Forever Interrupted. This I think is going to be kind of a hot take, but I absolutely love this book. So this book is about a girl named Elsie and Ben, and they meet, and then like very shortly after they get married. But Ben's dad has recently died, and his mom is kind of going through that grief. So Ben does not tell his mom about Elsie because he doesn't want his mom to think she's like being left behind. So Ben dies, and you find this out in the beginning of the book. This isn't a spoiler. And Elsie is like in the hospital with him after his accident, because he gets in an accident, and his mom's like, who are you? I've never heard of you. My son and I were so close, he would have told me. And then it kind of shows the relationship between Elsie and the mom and how they deal with Ben's grief apart and together. And I just thought it was so sweet. Like, this book really touched my heart. I think Taylor Jenkins Reid really encapsulated the feelings very well. So I love this book. It was so well written, and I just kept wanting to read it. It was really cute. This book was also dual timeline, so it went back and forth between how Elsie and Ben met and fell in love, and then how she was dealing with the grief of him dying. So 5 stars, of course. In 2nd place, winning silver, is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm pretty sure I heard that this is being made into a movie or a show, but I think it's a movie, and I literally can't wait. So this book is about Emma, and she marries her high school sweetheart Jesse, and his helicopter goes missing on their 1st wedding anniversary. So she assumes he's dead and tries to like move on with her life. She meets an old friend, Sam, and then they kind of spark up a little romance, and then Jesse is back and she has to choose. So the book is kind of her reconvening with Jesse and her relationship with Sam, and it is literally so good. You need to pick this one up. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you probably would have seen this coming, but in 1st place, winning gold, so fitting, Carrie Soto's back. This book, I think about it every day. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not thinking about this book. So this is another one I would love to do a reread. I originally read it as a library book and then I bought the hard copy, obviously. So I'd love to read and annotate this. This book is about Carrie and she retires from tennis as like a record holder and someone is about to break her record. So she comes out of retirement and gets back into it after quite a few years and her dad is her coach. And this book is just so wholesome and sweet. Oh my gosh. I have no words. There's like all these news interviews and stuff kind of woven into it and I really like that part. So good, so good. I am not someone who cares about tennis at all. I don't care about tennis and this book was amazing. The way TJR like teaches you about tennis without being like, hey, this is what tennis is so good. If you haven't read this, please give it a chance, please. Those are all my Taylor Jenkins Reid books. This is by far my favorite collection of books just because I love them all so much. Here they are. So if you have been looking for a good book recommendation, any one of these, just pick one and try it out. And it's gonna be a good book, I promise you. So that is all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to know what your guys' top Taylor Jenkins Reid book is if you've read one, which I feel like most people have read at least one of her books. If you haven't, let me know a book that you're looking forward to reading by her. But that is all for today. I will see you guys very soon and I love you. Thank you for watching. Bye.